previously with my Tim Connolly Drums channel, but this is my first Connolly Outdoors. So I got my computer here. If you have any questions or comments, I can see them and respond, and we'll just wait for a few people to come on in and we'll see how it goes. Okay, there we go. Now we're in business. Like I said, sometimes you got to figure these things out. So I got my Solo Stove Ranger going here. It's a little chilly outside. It was really nice today, but I decided to have a fire and come out and just talk to you guys a little bit and say hello and just talk about a few things and let you know this is my first live stream, and hopefully it's the first of many. I gotta turn the volume down here though, because I can hear myself a little bit, and I know that's a no-no on the live stream. You don't want to hear yourself. So there we go. So like I said, any questions, comments? We'll let a few people get settled in here. Hopefully I get a few people that want to say hello. I got a bunch of new subscribers on the channel, and I want to thank them first off about, oh geez, I don't know, maybe like 100 new subscribers. So that's absolutely fantastic. So I really want to thank those people for taking the time to subscribe and interested in what Liam and I do on this channel. So this Solo Stove is freaking awesome. This is the Ranger. So this is the smallest of the three that they make. They also make a Mesa version, which is like a tabletop. I'm not particularly interested in that, but there's the Ranger, the Bonfire, and the Yukon. Now, somebody did tell me that they actually make one bigger than the Yukon, but I haven't seen it personally. But I did hear that there's one bigger than the Yukon, so that's pretty interesting because the Yukon is quite large. Like I said, this is the Ranger, the smallest, but I'm thinking about picking up a Bonfire down the road at some point. It's not cheap, but this is the smokeless fire pit, and it creates beautiful flame, beautiful fire, and not a lot of smoke. Right now there's a little bit of smoke, but I know why. It's because the wood that I put in there, while it's a hard wood, it's damp. So anytime you have moisture, you're gonna have smoke. So I also want to thank Steve Wallace for commenting on my latest video, my tribute video to Crazy Neighbor, and to him. Steve, you guys mean so much to me, and if you do get a chance to watch this, you're probably not tuning in, but if you get a chance to watch this at some point, just want to let you know, thanks very much for your comment. It meant the world to me, and Liam and I were both excited about the comment, and I'm glad that you watched the whole video. That's really awesome. That means a lot to me. I watch a lot of your videos, that's for sure. Almost daily. Whenever I get a chance and I like to relax, I always watch a nice Steve video. So, that fire is beautiful. So, I don't have a lot of people on here right now, but okay, thanks Liam. Liam letting me know that the sound is good. Good. I had to do the live stream vertically. I prefer to film everything and do everything horizontally because you get a bigger, wider picture, but I had to do it vertically, and I had to take my microphone out that I had in the camera. Now I do have another mic that I could have used, but the live stream had already started, and I just thought, once it starts, you gotta go. I didn't feel like running downstairs and getting my other microphone, so here we are. Liam, thank you very much for letting me know that the audio sounds good, because it's a little bit windy out here tonight. Not too bad, a little bit. It's about I don't know, maybe 3-4 degrees right now, so it's not too bad. It did get up to a nice balmy 13 or 14. It's supposed to go up to 21 Celsius by the weekend, which is really quite warm. And I think Wednesday it's going to be like 15 or 16. So now that April's here and spring has finally sprung, we're starting to get some decent weather. So just give you guys an update as to what's going on. Liam and I, our winter camping season sadly is over. Now, most people, winter over sadness, they usually don't go together. But we loved that winter camping. That was our first year of him and I winter camping. To be totally honest, it was also my first winter camping. I've camped my entire life since I was about 5 years old, but I never winter camped. And it was Steve, as I mentioned in my last video, it was Steve that prompted me to get out and winter camp. So I gotta thank Steve again for getting us out, because we really loved it. We loved the stove and, you know, just the whole atmosphere of the winter camp. Once you get past the cold weather, because it is hard setting up and tearing down in the cold. That part is not easy. But once you're in there, you got your fire going, you got your cot set up, you're in your sleeping bag, you're relaxing. It was heaven. I really, really enjoyed those winter camps. So with the winter camping done, now we revert back to what is, spring camping. Still going to be possibly a little bit chilly. We're going to be going out at the end of this month. Possibly a little bit chilly, but not too bad. Nothing compared to what we went through in the winter. So the hot tent has been put away, and we're going to bring out the 3-season, what would be considered more of a normal tent to carry on the camping. And we basically have a camp a month, roughly. There might be in July and August a little bit more camping, but it all depends on schedules. Right now, I think we do have a couple booked in July and a couple booked in August, but for April, May, and June, I think we only have one each month, which I mentioned in my last video is typical, that just based on our schedule, usually about one a month is pretty much what we do. Some people like to get out weekly. Some people seem to be out there constantly. I love camping, but I don't want to be out there constantly. Ideally, down the road, probably the most I can possibly do is 2 a month. But there's always live streams like this. There's always gear reviews. There's always maybe a hike. There's other things. But the actual camping, I'm trying to target once a month. That is the plan for the time being. We've just got so many things going on, and it just gets even busier as we move into warmer weather. Now, most people enjoy camping in warm weather. I, of course, do as well, but I don't like extreme humidity, which is sometimes what we get here in the summer camping. The mosquitoes, black flies, deer flies, and extreme humidity. That's not too much fun. But once you get past that with some DEET and spray and whatever you use to get rid of the flies and the mosquitoes and whatnot, once you get past that, then usually the camps are very, very encouraging. Now, another thing is, I would like to see, Liam and I are trying to get my daughter to also come out. If you watched my recent hike video, George Lake hike, Emma was in that, and she's not really a huge camping fan. I'm working on her, and I'm trying to get her to come out with Liam and I. Traditionally, she'll come out once. So maybe in July, when it's nice and warm, we can get her out and she can join Liam and I. Let me tell you, I do not have to talk Liam into going camping. just the opposite. He has to talk me into it sometimes just because we got to work around our schedules. We're just so darn busy. And we just try to get out there as much as we can. And we're hoping that Emma will join us. So, oh, Liam, you can hear me clearly. That's great. And the birds too. Well, that's fantastic. We're outside. I can hear a few birds around. There's not too many here in the backyard. There was a lot of robins around here. Over here, I know you can't see it, but over here, I have like a gondola barbecue thing, and up in one section of it is a robin's nest, and I think they built it 3 years ago, but they keep coming back and using it every year. I don't know if it's the baby that keeps coming back and using it each time, or it's a new mom. I'm not sure, but we have a beautiful nest over here, and that nest is it's so funny because I'm barbecuing. It's a barbecue station right over there, and I'm barbecuing, standing over there, and I can look up and I can see Mom, and she's just eyeing me, but she's not afraid to be up there. Now we don't bother her, obviously. I get concerned a little bit about her when the barbecue's on with the heat and the smoke and the smells and stuff, if it's going to really disturb her. But for the most part, she seems to be fine. They're not there yet, but there was about 5 or 6 of them around here today. It was like Robin City around the backyard here today. So I have a feeling they're scouting the place out. I might put some more wood on this. Yep, I gotta put a little bit more wood in this here. Ranger? Yeah. If you don't have a solo stove, and please keep in mind, I'm not paid by this company in any way, shape, or form, but it is great. I love this thing. I want to get a bigger one, the Bonfire. I think the Yukon might be, I don't know. The Yukon might be a little bit too big, I'm not sure, but the Bonfire would be perfect. The only complaint I have about the Ranger is that sometimes if you have bigger logs, they just don't fit in here. But it's easily solved with an axe or a saw or a chainsaw or whatever. Just cut the wood down a little bit, and then it fits in. It's easily solved. But it is convenient when you have a piece of wood and it just fires right into the Ranger, just like I just did. The Bonfire, you don't have that issue. Even standard size cut logs, if they're pre-cut for you, they fit in. And then of course, if you're cutting them yourself, you can just cut them to whatever size you want that you want to put in the Bonfire. And the Yukon, it doesn't matter. You can fit anything in a Yukon. The thing is quite large. I don't know the dimensions off the top of my head, but I know the Yukon is quite large. There's no doubt about that. So you can't go wrong with this Bonfire, or sorry, this Ranger, Bonfire, Yukon, any of the solo stoves. Now, some people have said it doesn't give off a lot of heat coming this way. In some ways, that is correct. That's why there's a heat deflector that you can buy. But the only thing is I find all the accessories for the solo stove, while they're really cool, they're not cheap. The whole thing to get all the accessories, I mean, you're talking in the thousands, to be totally honest. Probably with obviously the size, the Ranger being small, Bonfire being medium, Yukon being large, each size, some of the accessories that are directly associated with the stove itself, they are priced based on the size. So the Ranger bottom piece that it sits on so that it doesn't heat up your patio, if you had a wood patio, for example, there's a piece that sits underneath it here. Well, that was $65 or something for the Ranger, and it just goes up from there depending on if you're using the Bonfire or the Yukon. So the accessories can be costly. They got everything, accessory wise, it's actually incredible. But I was saying about the heat deflector. If you stand up and stand over it, it gives off a lot of heat. If you're standing up and over it, a lot of heat. Like I can feel a lot of heat. Sitting down here, I can feel some heat, but not a lot. Obviously, excuse me, with the deflector on it, it hits the shield and the heat moves this way, so or that way. So you're gonna feel a lot more warmth from that. Personally, I don't like to get too hot when I'm around these things. I mean, I don't sleep with any blankets on. I like to be cool all the time. That's why the winter camping, and I'm Canadian. Our climate is cold a lot of the time. You get used to being cold, or at least not liking extreme heat. I don't function that great in the summer with extreme heat that we sometimes get here. I'll tell you a funny story. My son-in-law he's in the military, and he was in Afghanistan, and he was on a tour of duty over there. And he told me a story where he told some of the Afghanistan soldiers, because they were there on a training missions, Canadian soldiers were there training Afghanistan soldiers, or I'm not exactly sure who, but people that live there anyways. And he said that Canada can be as cold as -60, which it can be in some places, and as warm as +40, maybe even a little bit hotter, 40 +42 again, depending on where you are. So how does a country fluctuate in temperature from -60 Celsius to +40 Celsius? Well, we do. They didn't believe him. They said that's impossible. There's no way. But they don't know, because they're living in a country where the temperature only fluctuates by a small temperature range. They don't have seasonal weather compared to what we have. Like, they may have colder weather in the winter and stuff like that in the mountains, but I mean, generally speaking, a lot of Middle Eastern countries are pretty warm year round. They don't experience cold like what we would experience here, or what other countries that are on the same latitude as Canada experience. And I just thought it was funny that they thought he was just making that up. But if you live in the northern US and you live in Canada and you live in, like I said, other places that are on the same latitude, in Europe, for example, you know that it's possible to go from extreme cold to extreme heat. And I actually prefer the cold. I mean, I like nice weather. I enjoy warm weather, but I just function better in cooler weather. When it's July here and it's 35 degrees out, whoa, and it's super, super humid, I got a pool right over here, and that's where I head into that pool, because that thing was the best thing I ever did, was buy that pool and get it installed. It's a beautiful, beautiful pool. Kids love it. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update and say hello, and just see how this streaming thing goes for Connolly Outdoors. Now, my other channel, which is Tim Connolly Drums, that's what I do for a living. I bang on things and play the drums. That channel, I've done many, many live streams. I haven't done one for a while. I think I should do one soon. Usually when I do a live stream there, I'm not just sitting and talking, I'm actually teaching and playing the drums, and or on a drum pad teaching technique stuff or whatever. So I am familiar with the camera, talking in front of the camera. I've had that drum channel 14 years, 15 years, 15 years. I only got monetized on that drum channel though a few years ago. It took me forever to get monetized on that channel. Now, I found out from YouTube, there's hundreds of millions of YouTubers. There's 8 billion people in the world, and almost everybody's got a YouTube channel, it seems. So we're talking about hundreds of millions of people with YouTube channels, and only 3 million in the entire world are monetized. So it is not easy to get monetized. So I do have a monetized channel, and I'm trying to get this channel monetized. Now, you have to meet certain requirements to get monetized. So the requirement is to actually make money, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. To be able to receive money like gifts from people, if somebody wanted to make a donation to me or something like that, you have to have 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. Now I have about over 10,000 watch hours, probably even more. Last time I checked, I haven't checked it recently. Last time I checked, I think I had over 10,000 watch hours. So I've more than met the criteria for the watch hours, which is usually the most difficult thing to get. But for this channel, thanks to great people out there like yourselves, watching my channel, I've reached the watch hours, and now I just have to get the subscribers. So I think I'm at 364, 365, something like that. So my next, of course, my first target is 500, which I'm not too far off. And once I get to 500, then the next target, of course, is the big target, which is 1,000. And then once you get to that point, you can apply to YouTube and get yourself monetized and make money doing something that you really, really enjoy, you know. And being a drummer, for a career, I can tell you that there's nothing better than doing something you enjoy for a living, making money, and doing well. A lot of people really struggle working as musicians. I made it a lifelong goal. I'm almost 59 years old, and I've been playing drums since I was 7, and I've been playing professionally since, well, my first professional gig I was 14. But in truth, playing professionally wasn't until I was in my 20s and after I completed music school and all that stuff. But I never gave up. I never gave up. Despite so many hardships, so many people telling me, you're never going to make a living as a musician, you know. They would laugh at me when I would tell them I'm going to be a rock star someday. And I never gave up. I never gave up. I kept going. I kept going. I studied with some of the best musicians in the world. I went to some amazing music schools. I went to 2 different music schools. Got myself educated, understood music, and got highly trained as a musician. And then things started happening for me. I started meeting people and things started happening. And did I actually become a rock star? No. Did I make a living? Am I able to make a living as a musician? Yes. I can make a comfortable living, but I am no rock star. I have played in bands that were quite successful, but in terms of being a rock star, no. And you know what? I don't care. I don't care about being a rock star. I don't care about fame. I'm just extremely happy that I'm able to do in my life something that I really enjoy and makes me happy. When I'm on stage, I'm in my office. Behind that drum kit, that's my office. When I'm teaching drums and I see my student so happy that they learned something new and that I was the one responsible for showing them, that makes me extremely happy. And if there's one thing that I learned from my drum teacher, Dom Famulero, is that if you're happy and you're making people happy around you, that is the true gift that you know, you're taking your gift, which is being a musician, and you're showing others your talents and your gift, and they're happy. They love to see you play, they love to learn from you, and they love to teach, or sorry, be a student. You've made it, man. That's being a rock star. Being a rock star, you know, it's not necessarily about money and touring the world. It's how you affect people and how you affect people's lives. So my goal as a musician is to impact people's lives as positively as I can. And I've taught thousands of drum students in my life, thousands and thousands. So you guys get to find out a little bit about me today. So if you want, I don't see any comments here or anything like that, so I just went on here really quick. I did not announce it. I think I gave myself, I think it was a half hour, 35 minutes, and I got things set up, and then I just decided to get things rolling and see what was going to happen for this. So I've been talking the whole time, and it would be awesome if I could get a couple questions here. Liam, give me a question. If he's watching, he's probably not watching now. So let's maybe we'll just check this fire out for a moment. Oh yeah, I can see the shot, so maybe I should have done that shot right from the beginning. Living and learning. That fire looks cool like that. Yeah, that looks really cool. So as I was saying earlier, we've got some camping videos coming up. Maybe some gear reviews, maybe some hikes. I do a little bit of that. I try to focus more on the camping if I can, because that's what I enjoy. I enjoy watching campers getting out camping and stuff, and hopefully you enjoy watching that too. But you know, the odd gear review, the odd hike, just getting out in nature and stuff is really awesome too. So anyways, I'm going to enjoy this fire. I'm going to enjoy the evening here, and for those of you that did tune in, not a lot of people tuned in here. That's okay, no big deal. It's my first time doing this, so I wasn't expecting a lot. Plus, I only gave you guys 35 minutes notice, so you would have had to just happen to catch this. So anyways, thanks very much for tuning in, and I'm just going to enjoy this fire. I might get something to drink, though. I'm starting to get a little thirsty. Next time I do a live stream, I think I'm going to do, I'm going to cook a dehydrated meal. I have a tripod with a screen that I can put right over top of this, and I can cook. I'm totally full right now. I wasn't interested in cooking a meal right now because I had cooked hamburgers for dinner, and I'm too full to be cooking any meals right now. But I think next live stream, I am going to set up the tripod, and I'm going to cook with you guys right here. I think that's an awesome idea. Next time. I mean, the live streams are fun. One thing I always say about live streams on my drumming channel is when I'm playing the drums and I'm playing live, it's like I'm playing a gig. It's like I'm playing live. It's like a performance. Because if I make a mistake, the whole world sees it. I don't care. I really don't care. We all make mistakes, except for Neil Peart from Rush. I've seen Rush a number of times. I never saw Neil make any mistakes. Brilliant drummer. Rest in peace, Neil. And rest in peace, Crazy Neighbor. Very difficult. Another guy I wanted to talk about, actually, before I kick out here today, is for those of you that follow Hobo Shoestring, very sad to hear about him being found deceased in the lake in behind his house where he lives in Johnsonville, Tennessee. I can't remember the lake. It might be Boone Lake. Correct me if any of you happen to know, but I think it's Boone Lake that was in behind his home. And he was a very successful YouTuber. And Hobo Shoestring was last seen walking to his home on his neighbor's camera. And then he disappeared. And nobody knew where he was, and everybody was out trying to find him, and the whole YouTube train community was trying to find him. His family, his closer friends, and of course the police, et cetera, et cetera. And then I think 2 days ago he was discovered by a fisherman, and then the police came and a dive team took him out, and it was confirmed that it was hobo shoestring. So really sad to hear about that. I was subscribed and I used to watch Hobo. Now, if you watched his channel, or if you want to go and check his channel out after me talking about it, obviously he's a train guy. He would hop on trains and go around the U.S. in various trains, which is a dangerous thing to do. But the guy did well. He had a very successful YouTube channel, so I'm not going to put him down for his niche. But it is dangerous hopping on moving trains. But anyways, he developed a large following, and he was very popular in that train hopping niche on YouTube. So, the guy was an incredible, successful YouTuber, and sad to see that he is gone. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if any of you guys watch him, but maybe after seeing this live stream, you can go and check him out. So, rest in peace, Hobo Shoestring. All right. Well, like I said earlier, I'm not getting a lot of I'm not getting a lot of action here, but that's okay. No worries. I just want to thank the 5 or 6 people, whatever, that did show up and tuned in for a few minutes. I think maybe next time I'm going to give a little bit more advance notice, like what Tony does on Random Adventures. He gives, well, first of all, Tony does a Sunday. I'm going to go watch him probably tonight. I think he starts at 8 o'clock. Tony at Random Adventures does a live stream every Sunday. I can't do a live stream every Sunday. My live streams are kind of random, just when I have a moment where I can actually sit down and just talk to the camera and respond to chat on my computer here. But that guy does a weekly thing, and that seems to work for him. So, whatever works for you. It's not going to work for me. I just do this randomly. But I think I will give advance notice next time so that more people can be prepared to, make arrangements, whatever you got to do to be able to tune into my live stream and comment and, just see what's going on in Connolly Outdoors land. So, thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned. We got camps coming, and we're really excited about it. So thanks very much for watching, and I'm going to end this live stream now, and I'm just going to enjoy the fire.